Oh, thank God. You know what will help us here? I'm going to preemptively draw a land now. There we go. Alright, so third Insatiable Hemiphage going down right here. It's going to deal 9 damage. Oh, is that lethal? That's lethal! What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Kaheera Stampede deck. And I did spell it right. Over here, I had doubts about myself at first. I read the name, and I was like, Kaheera Stamped? Oh no, what did she stamp? But no, it is Kaheera Stampede. And for obvious reasons, right? We have Lead the Stampede and Kaheera in the deck, which meld them together. Sorry, bouncing the mic around already. Anyways, this deck is very simple, very straightforward to a degree. Now, I'm also going to be changing things up a little bit on this video. In the first bit of this little section, we're going to be doing a deck tech, right, where I explain to you what the deck is and how to play it. At the end of the video, so make sure you watch to the end, I'm going to be doing another little, sort of like a deck tech, where I explain to y'all ways you can upgrade the deck, ways you can change the deck to make it play to a different play style, be it yours or friends or, you know, whatever. So, on into the deck tech or deck breakdown, the first little bit here, what we're talking about, what we're playing, and why do I advocate you trying the deck out, right? Well, first and foremost, this is a very, very fun deck. It's low-key, very, very powerful. Now, it works off of a couple different mechanics that are already in Magic, of course. You have Ajani's Pridemate, which gets additional counters whenever you gain life, and you say, well, Chance, how is this Kaheera's deck going to be gaining life then? Well, easy, I'll answer that right now. We're going to be playing some Essence Symbiotes, which gain 2 life every time you mutate, and of course we have a whole slew of mutate creatures. We have Charm Stray, which comes down with lifelink on it, as well as can boost up the other Charm Strays, and thanks to Kaheera, even without it getting a boost, it's a nice little 1 mana drop because it deals 2 damage. Aside from that, we also have Cub Warden, which gains us life. We have Insatiable Hemiphage, which gains us life. We have Nethroi, which gains us life. So yeah, you can see a recurring theme, right? This is like an Abzan mutate Kaheera's Lead the Stampede deck. It's insane. Now, outside of Ajani's Pridemate, which is obviously a threat to be taken very seriously, right? This is a card that can absolutely dumpster people, especially if you manage to give it lifelink and it's just growing bigger and bigger, or you manage to give it trample and it just goes straight through your opponent's creatures, because a lot of the times with Ajani, that is the problem, right? He gets real big, but he doesn't have trample, he doesn't have flying, he doesn't have any sort of evasion or smash through ability, so a lot of times he's just sort of a big body that takes out a little body. Anyways, Essence Symbiote, again, going to be helping us with our Ajani's Pridemate. Aside from that, though, we do have one copy of Fiend Artisan to help us dive down into our deck to find the creatures we specifically want. Of course, Fiend Artisan also gets +1/+1 for every creature we have in our graveyard, so as the game goes on later and later and later, this card's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And of course, us having more mana to tap with them and find a bigger creature that we actually want is always a benefit. Next, we have Bronzehide Lion, which I find to be a fantastic card. 2 mana for a 3/3 off the rip is just great, and then not to mention it goes up to a 4/4 with Kaheera, and you can pay 2 life to make it indestructible. Well, it's basically the go-to mutate target, right? Because if you mutate onto this creature, you're not going to lose the whole stack unless they do some weird, bounce type shit. But for the large majority, you're going to be able to make it indestructible, which avoids all those targeted removals, it avoids all those board wipes. Bronzehide Lion honestly might be the MVP of this deck if Kaheera wasn't already like, hey, dibs. So, Bronzehide Lion, excellent card. I think is being slept on very, very heavily right now. This is a fantastic card, especially, again, with mutate. Sorry, don't get me started. Next, we have Loris, which is, I know, kind of out of left field, right? We're not playing Loris Companion. Whoa, we're playing it as an actual card. We're going crazy. But the main reason, of course, is we're only playing creatures in this deck aside from Lead the Stampede. So when Loris comes down, you have the option of all of these cards, right? You can bring back the Bronzehide Lion, the Fiend Artisan, the Essence, the Ajani, the Charm, the Grazer. And are these great creatures? Well, Ajani's Pridemate, Essence Symbiote, and Fiend Artisan, and Bronzehide Lion all really, really are. Charm Stray has this really cool ability with Loris where if you have 2 of them down, right? Let's say you just keep swinging in with both of them. One of them dies, you bring it back, it buffs the other Charm Stray, and so on and so forth, right? So Loris Charm Stray has this niche little combo that can happen with it. Doesn't always happen, but it is very nice to see when it does. Now, Lead the Stampede, as I've already said, this is one of the main pieces of the deck, and why I've been holding on to it for so long, or at least explaining it, is because I wanted you to really see the essence of the deck before we got into it. So, 3 mana for the sorcery speed spell, and basically what it allows you to do is draw out 3 to 4 creatures, sometimes just 2, but for the large majority, 3 to 4 creatures every time you play it, right? Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of creature cards from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So, you know, you cast this card. Also, sorry for the voice crack. You cast this card, you see... I mean, hell, if you see 5 creatures on the top of your library, you get to take all 5. So, for 3 mana, let's be realistic and say you got 3, you're not restocking your hand all the way to 7, but you're still giving yourself 3 more plays. You know, you're giving yourself 2 more mutates plus a Pridemate. You're giving yourself a Bronzehide Lion. You're giving yourself an Auspicious Sterix or a Nethroi. It's really good, and that's only one use of it, right? So the next time you get another Lead the Stampede, you cast it again, you get 3 more. Now you've gained 6 creatures, 6 card advantage over on your opponent, and it's really, like I said, kind of busted because you can draw all of them out, and that's really where the strength of this card is. And another fantastic thing, it's only uncommon, so if you want to play around with this card, feel free to pick it up because it's very cheap. Anyways, moving us on, up here in the top end is where we actually have the mutate creatures. You'll notice down in the bottom end, there's not really any mutate creatures. Up in the top end, they kind of flourish. So, Cub Warden, obviously, is going to be huge benefits for Ajani's Pridemate. It's going to allow you to go wide with your kitty cat creature tokens, right? Your little 1/1s, which are fantastic for just going around your opponents. Also, if you're up against something like a cycling deck, your 1/1s can sort of, rival with their 1/1s. Satiable Hymn of Age, I've talked about this card many a times before. I love it. I absolutely love it. 3 mana to mutate it down. It does have Death Touch on whatever it comes down onto. And it reads, whenever this creature mutates, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of times this creature is mutated. I know it sounds a little complicated off the bat, especially if you're a new player. However, think of it this way. You mutate a Hymn of Age onto a Pridemate, right? And it's the first thing you've ever done. So now this Pridemate is a 3/3 with Death Touch, and it has a Hymn of Age. And because you gain life, it now gets a counter for Pridemate as well, so it's a 4/4. Alright, next turn, you play another Hymn of Age down on the Pridemate. Well, now, because the creature is mutated twice, and because it has 2 Hymn of Ages on it, it's going to deal X, which is 2, twice, so you're dealing 4 damage. So let's say you get a 3rd Hymn of Age down on it. Now, obviously, this is a bit far-fetched, but when it happens, man, it feels beautiful. And that's the real reason why I love Hymn of Age. It's an uncommon, so it's very cheap. I just think all around this is like a pinnacle Magic card, right? This is what I'm looking for out of most sets. Things that everybody can play, that everybody can have fun with, that can have a serious connotation while still having a fun one about them. So, Satiable Hymn of Age might be my favorite card in the deck, given like you take it outside of this deck, right? Anyways, Gem Razor. Great at removing artifacts, enchantments, great at giving your creatures reach and trample. If you want to throw more in the deck, it's not going to hurt it, for sure. Auspicious Sterix is going to allow you, and again, these here in the top end, Nethroi is going to allow you to return all your creatures back, and Auspicious Sterix is going to allow you to dive down into your deck, hopefully not hit lands, and get more creatures down into the battlefield based off your already mutated creatures, right? So, all that being said and out of the way, I'll give you all a quick look-see over here at the lands. Now, we are playing some Castle Garenbrig. Since we're pretty much only playing creatures, it's perfectly fine. We also have Castle Locthwain to keep us drawn up nice and healthy. And then aside from that, Godless Shrines, Temple of Malady, Temple Gardens, all that wonderful stuff. And of course, y'all know y'all can always find the deck list down below in the description. Now, all that being said and out of the way, we are going to go and hop. Oh no, Meat Bomb. Both love and disgust me with that name. Well, as much as I love the Double Charm Stray, we don't have any white mana, so it's like it's kind of a pipe dream. And then all these mutates cost so much. So I can't keep on mulliganing. I guess we'll get rid of the Cub Warden. I guess. We'll lead out with a Temple of Silence, shock this in, probably go ahead and get the Essence Symbiote down, Charm Stray. No, I want to land. If you wouldn't mind, game, I would take a land happily. We'll see what Meat Bomb has for us. think I'm going on good faith here. Think that's what I'm working on this game. Good faith that I'll draw another land, that is, in case you were curious. Anyways, opponent is Timur. Timur Adventurous Impulse. What does that show signs for? Maybe elementals? Maybe Song of Creation? We'll see. I did hit the land though, so that's a fantastic thing. We're gonna go ahead and mutate the Insatiable Hemiphage down onto the Essence Symbiote. Hope they don't shock it. Of course, if it is Song of Creation, we can pretty much expect that. That's okay. All good things come to those who wait. Euro. That's not bad. I'm 97% sure it's a Song of Creation deck. In which case, I'm okay with that, because it's the first, like, you know, I'm not trying to play to win this this non-ranked match kind of deck we've seen. I wish there was like a queue on MTG Arena. It was like, you know what? We're gonna ban cards in this queue that aren't actually banned in Standard. You know, just fan bans, we'll call them. Fan bans, right? That might make some people angry that I said that. That's okay. Do I want to get down to Lourdes? I kind of feel like I do, but at the same time, just because like it's really efficient mana-wise. Don't get me wrong, I want to get down Kaheera as well, but I feel like Kaheera is best played once you have a more full board. So we'll throw down the Lourdes, sure. If it leads me into an Essence Symbiote plus a Charm Stray next turn, well then, you know, mana efficiency is wonderful in 2020. Something we should all be practicing, I think. Meat Bomb has the bombs. It's just shocking. Left, right, up, down, you name it. They have it. Well, I mean, I always want to get down to Pridemate. Don't get me wrong. But Bronzehide is more damage. So if they're just well then, I think I am shocking this in. Question is, am I mutating the Cub Warden down onto the Insatiable Hemiphage or onto the Bronzehide Lion? Like, what's the key combo here? You know what I mean? Do we go for the Pridemate plus Charm Stray? Leave mana up for the Bronzehide? I think we definitely leave mana up for the Bronzehide initially. But do we leave it up permanently? That's the real kicker, I guess. Now, if they have something like a Storm's Wrath brewing, I'm not going to be happy about it. Tell you what, I'm going to leave the Bronzehide Lion. Yeah, see what I mean? This is why you prepare. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly why you prepare. I think white mana's fine. We're showing a whole lot of favoritism to that right now. So I do want to get Cub Warden down. The thing is, it doesn't actually increase the damage of the Bronzehide Lion any, and we can't protect the Bronzehide Lion come next turn if we do play the Cub Warden. Whereas if I play Kaheera, Bronzehide Lion is still safe, right? And it deals more damage, and it's lethal next turn. So I feel like this is a wiser play here. So we're going to swing in with the Bronzehide Lion. It does have Vigilance. They're down to 5. We're looking at a victory. But, you know, another Storm's Wrath could throw a kink in that plan, huh? We'll see. Is Bronzehide Lion going to be the MVP of this game? Probably. Probably so. It's a very slept-on card, I gotta say. For 2 mana, you get a 3/3 that can gain Indestructible. It plays well into Kaheera, which gives it +1/+1 in Vigilance. You now have a 4/4. You know, it's got its bells and whistles, for sure. Opponent is just going to be playing down a Euro. That's fine. So they'll go up to, what, 8 health? It's a little unfortunate. It's a little on the sad side that we won't be able to just demolish absolute dominance. But that's okay. They are still down to 8 health. They can't swing in with Euro quite yet. We need something. Maybe I should just shell out and get the Dirge Bats already. You know what I mean? Maybe I should. Alright, so the Euro kills whatever comes into play. Whatever swings in, right? All right, well, here's hoping. Here is hoping that they don't have another Storm's Wrath just chilling on top, right? Or, I mean, I guess we could play this and still have mana. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to play safe. I don't trust Meat Bomb. Too many times have they been shocking my stuff. They've been destroying it. I've seen enough. I've had enough. So we're going to throw down 2 Bronzehide Lions, and we're going to kick it back to our opponent. We have enough power on board to overpower them. But, again, one untimely Storm's Wrath, and it all goes kaput. Or one timely shock on the Kaheera, and it all goes kaput. I guess that was a fair argument for putting Cub Warden on the Kaheera, so that couldn't happen, right? Knowing our opponent plays shock, it's only a matter of time before they hit a shock, in which case something like that happens. That's okay, though. On this next turn, we'll be able to throw down Cub Warden onto Charmed Stray. So we could swing in with 6 damage, potentially. Interesting. So my phone is vibrating. Let me make sure it's not anything important. Nope. Alright, Meat Bomb. Show us the meat or show us the bombs. Either way, let's go. There, ooh, and a bomb it shall be. That's what they were thinking about. They were like, can they kill me come next turn? Oh, also, that deserves a nice. That deserves a whole nice. So we can play Sterix, but we can't mutate Sterix, and like, you know, what's the point of playing a Sterix if you can't mutate a Sterix? So we'll mutate here. Over and over and over. And then I think we just go all in, you know what I mean? Let them take something out. Let them kill my Cub Warden or whatever it may be. They're going down to 2 health. Now, of course, they can crack back with Euro, go up to 4. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out, though. Down to 2. We still have 19 health. I'm fairly confident in where my health is sitting. So is this a Song of Creation 1000-Year Storm deck, or was I just completely wrong about Song of Creation? You're making me look like a fool, Meat Bomb. A fool on my own show. Storm's Wrath. Told you, an absolute buffoon. Well, that's probably a GG. We knew the risk when we dove in, okay? We knew what they could have had. So we down the Sterix, because if we play it here, then we can mutate the Hemiphage onto the Sterix and do that magical stuff. Obviously, we put the Hemiphage behind the Sterix, but we'll see. Our opponent does still have 2 mana, and with 2,000-Year Storms, well, all they really need is 2 convenient spells. Do we let that damage ride for sure? Yeah, well, we're not blocking that. No way, no how. Under. Always under with that one. So deal 1, gain 1, and we hit a Bronzehide Lion. Ooh. Baby. That is actually really, really good. So, of course, we swing in. Boom. They're down to 1. Now, if we can just mutate onto our Sterix, we might actually pull this game back. But, of course, it's a 1000-Year Storm deck. They have tons of mana. They have 4 cards in hand. They have Euro to draw on 1 more card. You know, the odds are certainly not stacked in our favor. But we have a route. We have a line to victory, right? We'll see if Meat Bomb is able to pull it out. I gotta say, this game is putting me on the edge. Are they going to try to remove my Sterix since they can't remove the Bronzehide Lion? No, they're just going to copy it. But you cast your Mythos first. I wonder why, because you could copy so much more, you know? You copy so much more. So they're doing the removal. They're swinging in with Euro. Mm-hmm. Alright. 4 mana. They're at 4 health. And they have 4 cards in hand. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Actually, it's only 3 4s. I'm sorry. Let's see it. Meat bomb. Alright, well that lets them gain more life and draw another card. And put down more 1,000-Year Storms. I love the fact that they're actually getting the combo off as well. Hate the fact that I just sort of botched it to that. What's it called? But it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Alright. Well, that puts our creature up to a 4/4 and does give them trample. But if I swing in, we have nothing to block against the Euro, and we're going down to 2 health. I think it's a GG. But I do still think we play it down, you know? We show them our cards. Yeah. And we go all in. And then we say the GG after the turn ends, right? Because we know that they know it's a GG. It was a good game, though. It was a hard-fought battle. Meat Bomb had the Pog. Storm's Wrath in the end and wiped us right there at the last minute. I knew they would, you know. I knew. Warlord Shia. Warlord Shia. By the way, is my music at a fair level? It looks like it should be. All right, so we have the Charmed Strays, we have an Insatiable, and we have bukus of mana. Lord knows this is the time that I get flooded, but you got to take risk. I say it like a million times, but you really do. So, get the Charmed Stray down. Another Insatiable Hemiphage. I gotta say, I love to see that. Of course, we play this other Charmed Stray before the first Charmed Stray swings in, so that way maybe it can get a little boost. Yeah, or you know, Shock. Shock has been resurfacing in its prime, pretty much. Being played every which way. It's alright, Warlord Shia. I will forgive you for the Shock this time. But only this time. Don't think about any tricky business here, Mr. or Mrs. Okay? Just let it happen. Just let the Insatiable Hemiphage suck on your face. Okay? There's nothing wrong with it. Look at this beautiful card. How could you not want that on the battlefield? I mean, look at it. This goat is getting piggyback rode from it, right? Okay. Warlord Shia, me and you are going to have a little talk-see about you and your goddamn instant speed spells, alright? I don't appreciate. I do not appreciate it. I'll keep it simple. We'll go for the Essence Symbiote into another Insatiable Hemiphage. I have no qualms about it. We have Lead the Stampede to restock our hand, which, don't get me wrong, it will be doing here in a little bit. I mean, the whole point of this deck was to play Lead the Stampede with Kaheera, you know, in combo. And so far, it's just been so many shocks, we didn't even know what to do with ourselves, right? Like, every match so far, it feels like, has had a shock. I could be mistaken. Could certainly be mistaken. Burning Tree Vandal, that's a card I haven't seen in a while. You bringing back the oldies. Goes up to a 4/4 with Death Touch. I mean, but here's the thing. Do they just turn around and Domri's ambush my creature after that? You know what I mean? Is that the route that we're playing here? It feels like it. It feels like I'm about to get Domri's ambush. I'm not swinging in. That's a poor decision. But it definitely feels like they have that card tucked in their starter hand, because you know, why wouldn't they? I feel like Magic the Gathering adheres very much so to Murphy's Law. Anything that can happen, well, it will happen. So you'd better prepare. They're swinging in with both creatures, and I want to block, but at the same time, is it worth me losing my single mutate creature? And then sort of the drawback to mutate, right? You're basically putting all your eggs in one basket, and then praying your opponent doesn't smash that basket. No. We don't attack or defend. We don't do anything. We just leave our creature here. It was supposed to deter you from attacking. I'm not gonna lie, Warlord Shia. Oh, Giant Growth. Yeah, so that would have been a bad one. That would have hurt a little bit. Teensy weensy a little bit. I mean, it's still gonna hurt. You know, I'm still taking 9 damage to the face. It's certainly not a feels good. Oh, okay, taking 13 damage to the face. I see. I shall have 0 fun in Magic the Gathering today. There will be no fun to be had. A Grazer. Well, if we had any more green mana, I might be all on board. Although we can go Grazer plus Kaheera, which at least gives us enough creatures to, like, have a line, you know what I mean? Have some kind of something going on with this. It also gives our Insatiable Hemphage Vigilance, so now we can crack back and get a little bit of damage in. We may win. Who knows? If they don't have another shock, that is. They do, of course, it's all down drain. They only have 2 cards, though. What could they possibly have in 2 little cards that could just destroy us? Well, a lot of stuff, actually, now that I think about it. They are swinging all in. Discarded a land. They drew a card. We block. We block. And we go on good faith. Alrighty. The reason I say we go on good faith, if they had had a Collision Colossus, we were dead there. If they would have had anything that pumped the Spellbreaker, you know, we were dead there. So, it's, you know, shit happens. That's okay. You take losses. You take losses here and there every once in a while. I would love to get the Nethroid, but at the same time, Charm Stray is health. I only have 1 creature because they just keep exiling everything. You monster. Yeah, I mean, I would love to get a Nethroid, but at the same time, it's so expensive. Oh, wait. Yeah, I forget. This is the beauty of Lead the Stampede. You get everything. You get it all. Alright, so we'll get in for the fat 4 damage. Our opponent's at 7 life, 1 single creature. I mean, if I were a betting man, I'd still say we were going to lose. But if I were a betting man that likes the underdog and likes to lose money, I'd say all on me. Light up the stage, gonna draw out a Giant Growth and a Zertog Goblin for my opponent. Well, either play we see coming, and either play, you know, we're kind of okay to deal with. Holy shenanigans, Batman! We may just actually have this. So we go here, right? And then they Giant Growth. Surely they don't have 2 Giant Growths. If they do, we're in a bit of trouble. Nope, just the 1. Alrighty. Now, we have 5 mana. This thing has Death Touch Lifelink, so I kind of just want to get it down, I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, we could play more creatures, or we could play Asterix. You know, there's a variety of things we could do, really. Is more creatures better than a lifelink creature? I struggle to think so. At this point in the game, at least. So we're taking our opponent down to 4. This, another nail biter, I gotta say. Warlord Shia, you had me going in the beginning with all the shocks and the removal and the exiles. But I won't go down without a fight. So they had a land. They have a Zerta. That means Kaheera's dying, more than likely. They throw this thing down with haste. Which is unfortunate, but you know, the creature has certainly served its purpose. It's stood over as a mother or father figure should and protected our creatures in times of near and dear. No. Well, it didn't swing in. How fantastic. We gained another land, which means I could mutate onto Nethroi and get back more creatures, which is good. I think you got to, right? You don't play this one slow. Not now. Not that you're this deep in, Chance. Surely to God not. So over. That goes up to a 7/7. Vigilance, Death Touch, all that good stuff. We select all of our cards and bring them back, and then we get out some other ones. Enter that tapped, of course. And what else did we get? No, that was it. Just the land. Well, that's okay. We have a board, ladies and gentlemen. We have a board. Do I swing in with the Auspicious Sterix, though? I guess that's, again, the question we come to. No, because they can just simply double block it. We do take out both their creatures if they do double block it, though. And then they're left with 1, and we're up to 10. If I don't swing in, we're just being greedy. So yeah, you swing in with your Sterix because of the Death Touch. Because of the Death Touch. So if they want a Sunder Shaman, Zerta, that's fine. No, they're just going to throw 1. Oh, baby. Warlord Shia. It feels so good. Picking up a victory with Kaheera. Stampede. Kaheera Stampede. Johnny-based Cage. Okay. I get it. I get it. Seems fun. This hand seems interesting, right? We have all the mana we need. We have the Arboreal Grazer to get us ramping up there a little bit. We're gonna keep it. So we're gonna shock in the Overgrown. Probably get down a Godless Shrine tapped. Ooh, and we're up against an Ozolith deck. Yes, I'm happy. Shit. I guess we're gonna take it slow then. Alright, so back to what I was saying. Grazer down. Godless Shrine down. Hello. Wait, did I actually click on hello? Hello. And Charm Stray. So there we go. Whoopsie. It's okay. We made up for it in the end. I think we're gonna throw the Cubwarden down on the Grazer. Ooh, a Euro. That's never fun. Those are never fun. But they're playing in an Ozolith deck, so I'm kind of curious actually to see, see where it leads. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I love the idea of getting down to Essence Symbiote first before we just go absolutely ham with these mutates. So that's what we're gonna do here. Do you send the Grazer as a message? Nah. I mean, normally I would, but they're playing an Ozolith deck, so we're not. I'm alright with not sending. Okay, you know what? Should have sent that message. Double Euro. You kidding me? Johnny based Cage. Temple of Plenty. Well, it's not exactly what I wanted, but even if we had drawn an untapped land, another Lead the Stampede. Well, I'm gonna take it in hand because if we draw it next turn, it makes this one fantastic. We are going to Cubwarden here. Onto the Grazer, and that way, of course, it'll have reach. And Charm Stray already has lifelink, so I don't want to lifelinkers. So yeah, we get all in with these boys and girls. Creatures of all types. Beasts, cats, I don't care. I don't judge or discriminate. So, next turn, we're going to have 5 mana. I mean, there's a point to be made for having put Lead the Stampede on the bottom looking for a land. Because if we hit a land, we would have been able to Kaheera plus Lead, or Kaheera plus Hemiphage, or Hemiphage plus Lead. Like, there's a whole world of opportunities. But I think taking the second lead will pay out in the long run if the game goes to that. Now, our opponent's playing an Ozolith deck, so I don't know what their plans are. I'm not giving up a kitty cat for a forest. You can't convince me of it. No way. Now, if I put down Kaheera, it does boost everything up. If I put down Hemiphage, it allows me to swing in with another creature besides Cub Warden, or of course I can put it onto Cub Warden and gain more 1/1s, which I don't exactly think that that's the right move. I think I'm just going for a Kaheera here. It also gives me Vigilance, which makes it to where this big guy is like all good to, you know, snap right on back. Here's the thing. If they block the 5/5, I think I swing in with the Charm Stray as well. So they know that their Nis is dead. Alright, this is not something you want. You want alive. You're not something you want to let your opponent untap with. Not when they have like all these forests for mana for days. Yeah. Because you never know. They could have a Crisis in hand, in which case, boom. You know, my Cub Warden can't get through a Crisis that big. Another Nissa. Well, I got some bad news for you, Johnny. By the way, I gotta say, that felt real good to say. It felt like I was in an old Midwestern cowboy movie, you know? Walked up and I have my revolver just like ready to go. I don't know how many people were subjected to watch that kind of stuff as kids. Anyways, we got an Essence Symbiote, which is kind of nice because we can play that in conjunction with the Lead the Stampede, right? Or in conjunction with an Insatiable Hemiphage. So I think we're definitely going with the Essence Symbiote. Like that's for sure happening this turn. And I think we are going for the Insatiable Hemiphage. The question is where? Do I want more 2/2s at the Cub Warden? Or do I just want another creature to get sort of beefy, right? I think I am just throwing it on the Cub Warden. We're playing this weird mutate deck. I think we double down on it, you know? We don't shy away from it. We double down. Alright, so we got a lot of good stuff going for us. Got a lot of good stuff. There, these two, there. Now, unfortunately, we can't guaranteed kill the Nissa this turn unless we throw up one of these Essence Symbiotes, which, honestly, I think it's worth it, actually. Like, a land for an Essence Symbiote, yeah, that's probably worth it. Oh, never mind, they're not even taking out the Essence Symbiote, they're just taking out a little kitty cat. Well, we're up to 53 health, so I think we're good, and we have 2 Lead the Stampede, so our hand is about to get restocked, you know? Awesome sauce. Johnny Bay's Cage, your time has come. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why that's the song that popped into my head, but you know. Gotta keep a close eye on time. I literally have to leave in like an hour, so. And I'm obviously not in work attire or ready for work. So, Voracious Hydra, you say? Alright, well, let's play the first Lead the Stampede before we get this down. We're going to take everything, of course. God, that's so good, isn't it? It just feels so right. So, rather than play the other one, we're going to go ahead and Insatiable Hemiphage back onto the Cub Warden, right? Give me all of the life. Give me all of the kitty cats. Alright, so we're swinging, swinging, swinging. Are we swinging, swinging, swinging with these, though? 9/11, that's plenty of damage. Oh wait, this is lethal. This is lethal. Chance, don't be a goof. Just end it. And drop your GG like a man. Right? 6 + 3. Oh no. No. They can block. They're not going to, but they could, right? If they had blocked my other 2/3s. Yeah. If my other 3/3s. You know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Either way, picking up our second victory with Kaheera Stampede. Draco Lancer. I like your name. It's fierce. I like this hand if we can draw more land. Check at me. Ooh, busting all these ROMs. So What kind of mana are we grabbing here? White? Don't get me wrong, the lands are not exactly in the position that I like them to be. At all. But, you know, we're getting to play 2 this turn. 2 tap lands this turn. That's, I guess, something. And of course, if we... Well, no, I'll go ahead and pull something out here. Pull out that white mana we were going to earlier. Alright, so there we go. We got the plains and Draco Lancer. Even if you're playing a shock, my dear friend, it can't kill our Grazer. I'm a little worried. Okay, they have a plains. All crisis. Oh, well, damn. I was going to say all crisis has been averted, but not so much so, actually. So I think here we do just go for the Charm Stray plus the Fiend Artisan. Now, we could potentially sacrifice our Grazer and get down on a Pridemate, which could, you know, build up and whatever. But our opponent's playing a Lourdes cycling deck, so, like, we got limited amounts of time that we can actually operate here. The Godless Shrine doesn't allow us to get down the Gem Razor either, since it's, well, it requires double green, right? Unless we just play it outright. Sterix, we want to mutate, which hits 6. If I shock it in, I could get a 3-mana creature down into the board. What 3-mana creatures do we have in the deck that I would want on the board? I guess that's the real question, because a lot of them are mutate, so not actually 3 mana. Or we could just go for the Kaheera. Let our opponent know we are thinking. It's not like we're just stalling, we're thinking. I think we do enter this tapped and we'll throw down the Kaheera. It bolsters everybody, if you will. We swing in with Charm Stray. I think we swing in with the Fiend Artisan, but at the same time, it could allow us to late game draw something that we really, really want. So maybe just the Charm Stray. Realistically, though, is our Fiend Artisan worth like their Valiant Rescuer or their Flourishing Fox? And at that point, I gotta say yes. So sure, swing in with it. I will take that trade for sure. Fiend Artisan for a Flourishing Fox. I think in the end that'll benefit us. Train of Stingers, not something you want to see generally, but you know, it happens. It happens. we gotta gain some more life here. Lourdes. Lourdes is interesting, but it doesn't allow us to play our Fiend Artisan back, so I'd kind of like to wait until we can guarantee do that. I mean, we could just cast Lead the Stampede, try to get out some creatures that we could actually play. Maybe another Charm Stray, that would be definitely a bonus. Getting down a Gem Razor is not bad, because you still do have a 5/5, right, with Vigilance down. Same thing with Lourdes, you have a 4/3 with Vigilance and Lifelink down, you know, not bad, not shabby by any stretch of the imagination. I'm thinking. Let's hit them with the Lead the Stampede. Let's try to find some more things to play. Alright, so no 1-mana creatures, but that's alright. We do still swing in with a Charm Stray because that just makes good sense. Oh, they're double blocking. That's fine by me. We're gaining the life. We're keeping their creature number low. Another Stinger is unfortunate for us. Now, what we really don't want is we really don't want them to hit that Zenith Flare, right? That's the coup de grace that really knocks us down and out. Wow, still no green mana. Well, we can mutate the Cub Warden down onto the Grazer this turn and actually get in with some good stuff if we want to. Or we can go for the Essence Symbiotes and try to build it up first. I don't know that the Essence Symbiotes will be fast enough, though. And this way we get a 4/6 down, which is a definite force to be reckoned with, as well as other blockers. I just gotta say that, you know, Cub Warden's probably the best bet here. If we had double green mana and I could play both Essence Symbiotes, I'm not gonna lie, I would probably play both Essence Symbiotes, just because that's how I work, you know. But it is what it is. We'll get down the cupboard. We will swing in with the cupboard because, well, they do have 6 damage. It's still a whole lot of health for us to gain back, and we're taking out more of their creatures, so it's A to the okay for me. Nope, they're just going to chum block with 1. And a Lourdes coming down for our foe. Bringing back that Flourishing Fox. How did I know? How did I know? So I'd probably say that's our biggest downfall with this deck, is we don't really have a way to deal with another go wide strat that's up against us, you know what I mean? Man, having that 1 green mana is also like actually fucking us. Can I get some more lands, game? Please, por favor. I mean, we can get down the Lourdes plus the Charmed Stray. That's probably the best outlet we have here. Yeah, I have a Lourdes too, buddy. I do. I think I want to keep the cupboard in back at this point. They're getting to the point where they have a bit too many creatures for me to just swing in blindly with. But at the same time, I need to be gaining life because I can't exactly take 2 Zenith Flares just back to back. You know what I mean? Of course, if we can get that Insatiable Hemiphage down, going, and get another one on it, that would be a great win route, whatever you want to say as well, you know? So what we're really looking for here is some green mana. Give me a forest, give me some shock lands. Just don't give me a tap land. I'll be a little salty. Not gonna lie, game. You like to do that shit to me. They got a Draenith Healer, which means now they're gonna be healing up as well as dealing damage, which is well, unfortunate to say the least. This is about to be a long stalemate, I can go ahead and tell you now. There we go. You beautiful, beautiful game. I knew you had it in you. Alright, so now, we still can't mutate down the Sterix, which, you know, woe is me. But we can get down the Essence Symbiote and then still mutate other things. So that's a very, very bright side. I believe that's what we do. So Essence Symbiote. I believe we got to start swinging in here. Like, just absolutely have to, you know what I mean? So are we going for another Essence Symbiote, or am I mutating another Insatiable Hemiphage onto the cupboard and then swinging in with the lifelink creatures that I do have? I think I'm going for another Essence Symbiote, swinging in with the life. These will be fine for a turn. Surely we'll be fine for a turn. This is gaining us 6 life. They can't double Zenith Flare next turn. They just don't have the mana. So they don't have like 20 something cards, do they? No, they only have 7. So we should be fine. We should be fine here. Everything will die, but we're also thinning out these little 1/1s, so that's good news for us. And they didn't even kill everything, actually. Wow. Botched it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Did I shock in a land there? I can't quite remember. I feel like I did. But if it was the green mana, then, you know, it was mana well spent. We've been looking for that maybe for a while. Now, if I can hit some mana on this next turn, we can get down to Sterix, and that would also be good. That would be some good eats, some good food for the battlefield. Really replenish the men. Go for blood. Taking out our Lourdes. You son of a bitch. What, if you can't have them, no one can? Well, they do have them, I guess. There's a flaw with that statement. Any hoosers. Draco Lancer. They weren't quite good enough to take it into rank, so, you know, standard play is, I guess, the place now for people that don't want to take it into ranked and lose to other good decks. They just want to win. This is the place to do it. I think we're going for the Sterix. I think we are wholeheartedly going for the Sterix. It'll give us 4 life from the symbiotes. It'll give us 2 more cats. Seems like a solid play. Maybe, if our opponent will resolve it, that is. Nope, cycling. Well, I've got to say, I'm very surprised. You caught me off guard with that. I didn't think you were going to cycle there. Of course, you want this over. Over and over and over. Alright, so it'll gain some counters, we'll gain some life, we'll create some cats, and good things will happen. We can pay 2 here, but can we get anything else down with it? I don't think so. What else did we hit? A Pridemate? Cool beans. And the Pridemate's gaining some counters too, thanks to the life gain. So that's good. That's good stuff. I kind of need to start swinging in, but at the same time, we can't afford to start swinging in because the trades are too high. Like, too costly. We need to hit a Nethroi is what we need to do. So we'll swing in with the single 2/2 to keep our health up, I think. Or do we just try to keep going wider? No. You gotta make progress. So we'll swing in with the 2/2. Draco Lancer, chumming it up for days. Chumming it up for days. Yeah, Nethroi would be great, because then we can get back our Lourdes and our Fiend Artisan. Then with our Fiend Artisan, we can start sacrificing creatures and go diving for the creatures that we want. And get a really big board up and going. Not that I'd actually allow us to get through all these mutate creatures. all these cycling creatures. We're the mutators. You silly goose. Zenith Flare on my auspicious Derricks. I want to say nice because, like, that's the correct play. But at the same time, I don't want to say nice because you're playing a fucking Zenith Flare deck in standard play. But it deserves a nice. It does. It really does. You're taking out a Flourishing Fox on your own volition. I mean, you have a Lourdes. I do understand that. But that Fox was so flourished, you know? It was so money. It was so there. Well, I don't see this one ending greatly for us. I'll tell you all that now. I guess we can stay healthy, you know what I mean? Opponent's down to 34 cards. I mean, eventually they're going to get to the point where they can just Zenith Flare us in the face, right? Maybe? How many cycling cards does a cycling deck actually have in it? You know what I mean? Like, oh, sorry, I also did this. I didn't realize that it's just, like, straight towards the camera. But yeah, like, well, enough, huh? Like I said, don't you worry how many Zenith Flares I got. Got enough to fuck your board up. Duly noted. I think we want to get some Castle Locthwain action going on here. Probably should have got some Castle Locthwain, Castle Locthwain action going on before, but whatever. Give me the green mana. Give me liberty or give me death. Charmed Stray. You'll never see it coming. I suppose there's an argument to be made to put our Gem Razor on top of the Bronzehide Lion, right? Then it has the indestructible quality. That's okay. Are we swinging in with Gem Razor? If so, yeah, I think so. I think we're getting in with the fatty Gem Razor. I like how our opponent has crazy health, like literally almost the same as us, but it's from just 2 spells, to whereas ours has been like a grind throughout the entire game of swinging in and attaching mutate onto lifelink creatures and all this, that, and the other. But our opponent, no, 2 simple spells and boom, 40 health. No biggie. I both like and dislike the huge power levels for my Ikoria. And I feel like I go back on this a lot, but as the set is nearing its end, well, it's not nearing the end, but you don't know what I'm saying. I like to reflect on how I feel about it, how I felt about it, all that good stuff, of course. Alrighty. Sure. We do have a Netheroi in deck, and granted we only have 33 cards left. Our chances for drawing it, him, her, whatever it is, are much higher than, you know, once upon a time. So we're up to 50 health as well. I'm not terrified of a Zenith Flare, if I'm being completely honest. They hit a land, which means probably, yeah, just getting back a Fox, and that'll be it for them. Draco Lancer sticking to the code. I mean, we can afford to shock that in. Hey, I'll take it. By the way, I don't know if you can hear my neighbors playing. We will rock you. Great theme music going into this, right? Alright, so we now have an 8/8 that's just huge, right? Oh, and it can have indestructible as well. Let's not forget that. Haha. The top of the cake. Get in there, Insatiable Hemiphage / Insatiable Hemiphage / Bronzehide Lion. Do work. So they definitely don't block with Lourdes. They're blocking with both of their Flourishing Foxes. That's fantastic. We might actually pull this one out. Who knows? Did the cycling deck run out of gas up against Kaheera's Stampede? Even though have we drawn a Stampede actually? I've used one. I've used one Lead the Stampede, and I mean, again, it allowed us to draw 3 cards in one turn, which could have been what saved us up against those Zenith Flares. You know what I mean? You never know. Anyways, back to my turn. God, all these busted ass land draws. I'm telling you, they're OP. Magic the Gathering lands. You gotta calm down. I'm going crazy. So we're taking our opponent down to 9. We're up to 56 health. They can't Zenith Flare us even if you wanted to. I mean, they could, but they only have 2 left in deck, right? Because they've already used 2, yeah. And they can only deal 15 damage as is right now. Well, we may come back. Who knows? I don't know what they drew in hand, but we can rest assured, yeah, that a Flourishing Fox is going to be the one that comes back. If they drew a Zenith Flare, they're probably like, nope, it was a land. Fantastic. We're both in this land of lands. I don't even care at this point. Like, you think I might, but I don't. I really don't. I really don't. Just for the record, that was 4 lands in a row, everybody. Nothing wrong with the draw system. Nothing. Nothing that needs to be looked at after 2 years of gameplay. Nothing that needs to be corrected. This is how we want the game. Alright. Draco Lancer. Another Flourishing Fox. We're doing it again. Please tell me you just got a land. Please tell me you just drew into another land. No, a cycling card. Okay. But I say, if this is the world we live in now, where Magic the Gathering is lands the gathering, well, depending on the art, it could get pretty fun. Oh, thank God. You know what will help us here? I'm going to preemptively draw a land out. There we go. Alright, so 3rd Insatiable Hemiphage going down right here. It's going to deal 9 damage. Oh, is that lethal? That's lethal! Draco Lancer, take that! Triple Insatiable Hemiphage. You can't get away from it. You just can't. Alrighty, so we went 3-1 with the deck, and this is going to sort of be the post-match wrap-up that we're going to try to start doing. We may stick to it, we may not. I'm going to see how everybody likes it. Of course, if you enjoy this little session of the video, be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section about any suggestions you may have for this video, future videos, or past videos. If you've watched this far, then I'm assuming you enjoy the content. If you're new here, consider clicking that subscribe button and the bell icon that pops out afterwards, and then you can get notifications every time I post a video, and you can enjoy more of the content. If you're looking to catch us play these decks live, be sure to hop over to HTTPS www Twitch. Go over to Twitch, type in Dr. Spillikin, toss a follow, and you'll know whenever we go live, which it's here, there, and everywhere, but we're trying to get on a schedule. And then last but not least, if you're looking for a Discord community to join up with, down in the description below there is a link, and I do encourage you to join up with us over there. We're beginning to make some work on the Discord, right? It just sort of sat there for a while, but now I'm going back in and taking another look-see at it. So on to the actual upgrades of this deck, what we're going to be sliding in or slotting in, or whatever you want to say there, to change this deck around, and what do I recommend. So the deck feels really nice. I'm not going to lie. It feels fun to play. It feels like you have high opportunities to win. It feels like you have, I'll say, medium player variance, right? With the ability to choose your mutate creatures and targets and in what order to play them, and your Bronzehide Lion having its ability to stay indestructible, and Fiend Artisan being able to, it has choices, right? It has options. For you to be playing a whole lot of creatures, which generally don't have options, it has different outlets, right? So the deck feels good in all of those manners. However, I feel like it could really benefit from something like a Kai's Wrath or Shadow the Sky, even if it means that you may need to go up a copy on Nethroi, or maybe just swap out the numbers on Nethroi and Sterix, right? I think this deck has the ability to bring itself back from the graveyard, given the Lordices, given the Nethroids, all that good stuff. And honestly, so many decks nowadays get so wide with creatures, the cycling, the big sharks, the agents that steal all your stuff. You kind of need a board wipe. So if you want to throw one in, I would recommend Kai's Wrath or Shadow the Sky. If you're going to take something out in order to slot these in, honestly, Cub Warden's fun. It's not necessarily essential. You could probably deal with one or two less Charmed Strays. Some of the less optimum ones you can feel free to cut. So Pridemate, Charmed Stray, maybe Cub Warden. But again, you're only trying to add in like one or two board wipes, so you don't need to go crazy. Now, aside from that, let's say that you're trying to make your deck all in all just more counter heavy, more removal heavy, whatever you want to call it, right? There are things such as Heartless Act, 2 mana uncommon, allows you to destroy target creature with 0 counters, or allows you to remove 3 counters from target creature. It's a little iffy with some of the decks, but again, it's instant speed. It's 2 mana, it's an uncommon. It's a great slot in for things if you're looking for some target removal. More target removal. This goes a little bit wider. Banishing Light, 3 mana enchantment, allows you to exile target non-land permanent, so you'll be able to hit planeswalkers, enchantments, artifacts, creatures, pretty much everything you want to hit with Banishing Light. Now, it does cost 1 more mana than Heartless Act, and it is an enchantment, so it's able to be removed, whereas Heartless Act, you play it, you kill the creature, and that's it. There's no readdressing the situation. Now, if you're looking for a little bit of protection with your creatures, I recommend God's Willing. It's cheap. It's an uncommon, right? 1 mana. Allows you to target your creature. It gains protection from the color of your choice. Now, unlike with enchantments and auras being on your creatures, whenever you mutate a creature, you don't have to worry about, well, I can't select white because it's going to bump this other creature off. So feel no fear in that. It also allows you to scry 1, which is just sort of a nice little caveat for the card, really. Aside from that... Oh, right. If you're looking to go into a more in-depth life gain sort of Abzan, Ajani's Pridemate, Kaheera deck, whatever. Ajani Strength of the Pride, great planeswalker, really allows you to get down more Pridemates, which, I showed you their place in this deck. It allows you to stay beefy. You have a pseudo board wipe with Ajani Strength of the Pride, right? If you have at least 15 life, more than your starting life total, exile Ajani Strength of the Pride in each artifact and creatures your opponents. Sorry, let me scroll down. Your opponents control. So, it has a built-in board wipe. It allows you to play more Pridemates, and it in general keeps you healthy. So, yeah, Ajani Strength of the Pride might just come into the deck in general. But then you also have Sorin, Vengeful Bloodlord, which allows you to either gain life off of his own, you know, damage that he's dealing into other planeswalkers or to your opponent's health or whatever. And then it also allows you to return creatures from your graveyard. And since Sorin, since he goes up +2 every turn, you get to this point where you can return really big creatures really quickly. So those are my recommendations for the deck. If you want to make some changes, adjustments, you know, here or there, sort of fine-tunements, whatever, that's what I recommend. I hope y'all have all enjoyed this video. I gotta say, this deck outperformed my initial suspicions for it, but I'm nothing but happy for that, you know. So again, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like. I'm gonna take damn it, I almost made it all the way through a deck tech without messing it up. I'm gonna take off, get out of here, whatever you want to call it. Hope you all have a great night, day, afternoon, whatever it is. I'm gonna get out of here. Peace.